Hills Have Eyes 2, not as traumatizing as the first one, but still not really it's still kind of traumatizing.
What the hell are scientists doing way the hell out here?
They used to test nuclear weapons here.
The sequel to The Hills Have Eyes, Hills Have Eyes 2, depicts the story of five, or I have no idea how many, characters, of marine characters in the middle of a desert where the hills, I mean, like in the middle of the desert hills, where the other family supposedly was, I guess, because I don't know how many hills there are that have the mutated people. This one was not as good, but better than the first one because they are actually trained military professionals that know how to know what they're doing. They have the special equipment. Well, they had the special equipment because the Hills Have Eyes people, they just keep on like stealing their weapons, so the weapons were no use. But it's worse, not worse than the first one, because the first one, it was just a random family. They didn't know how to fight, so like the father of the family went out and he go beat the Hills Have Eyes people. So that was entertaining because he doesn't know how to fight, and these people know how to fight. So which made it better because they know how to fight, but worse because they know how to fight. If that, yeah, the reason why it's good is the reason why it's bad, because it's good. On the end, I was hoping that they would get a happy ending because they've been through so much, well, as well as the first family, but these guys have been through much more. I'm so hoping for a happy ending, but no, they had to be watched by a Hills of Eyes guy, and then he was watching them on a computer, and then he just did this. Like the scene was like this. It was literally that long. How it was just stood there for like a good solid 2 seconds. I'm like, okay, that's a little too long, but it's just the end kind of dragged out. If he just closed the computer, like half a second and then cut, then that would have been perfect. And I'm like, no, he's there, and then but he closed the computer, and then just stood there. Kind of disappointing ending, but it was still like, oh no, they're gonna get killed. This one, I think, she has a son, which made it worse for her to get killed because she has family. We know that she has family back home because she has like a 5-year-old son. So, concerning the 5-year-old son, there's this funny joke that I liked, that she had his name and then a heart, and then the guy asked, "Oh, was that another mistake that you made with your ex-boyfriend?" That's my son. That made me chuckle. Favorite kill, I think. I'm not exactly sure how he fell into the hole. Like he fell, and then there's like a big hole in the rock, and all of a sudden like a hand came out of the hole and grabbed his foot. It was a big enough hole to fit a grown man. So I guess, yeah, that was my favorite kill in the movie. But I don't know, remember how he fell in the hole. I honestly do not know. Overall, The Hills Have Eyes 2 is a fun film, a fun sequel. It's a good sequel, but I don't necessarily like it as much as I do the first one, but it's still very, very okay.